This is Justin Germino. I'm here to show you how I create the random Twitter poem from the random Twitter poetry game. The way the game works is every day I'll queue out some tweets on Hootsuite and I'll schedule them to do a call every hour at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and 11 a.m. And my last call is at 12 p.m. asking for people to send me words on Twitter. They submit one word per person, and I take the words and collect them and put them in a spreadsheet uh, or a text editor like this with the person who submitted them and the word that was submitted in parentheses. At about my lunch break, around 12, 12:30, sometimes it's 1. Some days I can't get to it till the end of the day, so it'll be 4 or 5 o'clock, but usually I do it on my lunch break. I take all the words and then I look for a common theme in the words, and then I start building the random poem using the words that were provided on Twitter. So today's words, I've been provided 15 random words today, including syringe, restive, bayou, tangent, art, standards, preternatural, Yuletide, supercilious, allegorical, Grinch, somnium, crystalline, vacation, and wafting. Since it is the holidays, and right now it is just a week before Christmas, obviously people put Yuletide, put Grinch, so there's a lot that would lean it towards a Christmas themed poem. When I look at these words, I see the word art, I see the word syringe, I see crystalline. It makes me think of possibly writing a poem about somebody making a decoration of some sort. So when I see these words, what comes to mind to me is writing something in a sentence like um, preternatural Yuletide Grinch. And I can even put in like some crystalline preternatural Yuletide Grinch. So for me, those words tie together, and that sentence looks like that sentence calls to me to put those words together. So something is going to be like some crystalline preternatural Yuletide Grinch. That kind of works to me. So I'll put a star next to every word that I've already used so that I know I've used them, and then I continue on building new sentences and kind of working them together. Um, Trying to conform to some art standards. So, and again, I'm just making this up as I go along. I see the word art, I saw the word standards, and I'm now thinking as if trying to conform to some art standards, like some crystalline preternatural Yuletide Grinch. And that's kind of how my method works. And then I use those two words, and it's time for me to move on to the other words. Now, if I don't know what a word means, which is very commonly people play words that I don't know what they mean, I'll grab a word like supercilious, and I'll go to dictionary.com and I'll look up the word to learn how best to use it in my poem. Sometimes I'll take just the initial word, haughtily disdainful or contemptuous. So supercilious is contemptuous as a person or facial expression. So that kind of works for me as some crystalline. I can actually even put the word supercilious into there because it even fits in the same sentence for me. So I can move on to the next word and see if I build a new sentence around it or fit it into an existing sentence. I'll probably do something to do with ink or art and syringe. I'll probably do something with odor or something like that with wafting. Maybe the person who's performing this artwork or creation wants the vacation. And I'll work that all into the poem and to figure out how it ends up. It usually takes me about 10 to 15 minutes at most to write a random word poem. I usually get anywhere between 9 and 15 word submissions on average. I've had some as big as 23 word submissions. They take me a little longer, the more words. Sometimes I'm inspired and I write them very quickly. Other times I struggle a little bit with the words to find a theme. Sometimes I'll write half of a poem and then I don't like the way it's meshing, so I'll scrap it and recreate it. But usually I bang out a poem in about 15 minutes. Sometimes I'll record the audio for the poem or not. And that's pretty much my poetry creating process. I won't go through creating the entire poem here in this demonstration because it might take me 15 minutes, and then I have to talk and narrate the whole thing, which slows down the poetry creation process. But I've showed you just 2 lines and how I created 2 lines so you can get a feel for my poem creation process. I don't claim to be a poet. I don't claim to be an artist. I just see the words, and the words themselves are kind of like my Scrabble pieces. And when I get all the words, I I just build a prose. Sometimes I'll do a rhyming poem. Sometimes I'll do um, a bunch of haikus, or mostly I do prose or free form poetry, and I will just write and see how the words fit and see what comes out, and then present that to my readers and hope they like it. Thank you for watching. This has been a demonstration on how I create a random Twitter poem from the random words that are provided to me, and I hope you'll play the game in the future. Bye bye.